Okay, hopefully you have done value test number 4, just so that we're all on the same page. Question number 1. What is the formal term for a plan B? Is a contingency plan. The 3 major categories of risks are project risks, technical risks, and business risks. Then you have got risk projection attempts to rate each risk in 2 ways. Well, it's C, likelihood, and impact. Then question number 4, an effective risk management plan will need to address what? Well, it has to do avoidance, risk monitoring, and contingency planning. So all of the above. And then the final one, hazard analysis, focuses on the identification and assessment of potential hazards that can cause the entire system to fail. So that is 5D. All right, so we are almost there. That is the last summative assessment. Okay, so you can work in small groups on this one if you are with a friend who is doing the same program, or even just a colleague that you can work with. Okay, so let's take a look and see. So the first criteria on page 52, it says consider your unit's risk management procedures and test your contingency plan with the group. List the recommended improvements to the contingency plan that the group came up with and revise the contingency plan in the space provided. Okay, so remember we did a little bit earlier, this was the contingency. So let's go here, page 41. We looked at a contingency plan over here. So business process, let's say we said the completion of the portfolio, and we listed all the different tasks and the dependencies and the likelihood of failure and the contingency action. So instead of maybe doing it on paper, we were now going to email you the projects. Instead of having a manager on site constantly, there would be someone on site that would sign off your portfolios. That you weren't going to take the portfolio to home with you, that the portfolio would be locked up at work. So all your contingency actions are your contingency plans. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that contingency plan that you came up with over there, and you're going to plug it in here. So the elements of the contingency plan. So you show that to a colleague, and they say, geez, maybe it shouldn't be locked up at the workplace. Maybe what should happen is that you guys have a dedicated cupboard where only the level 5s will put their portfolios. So they go, okay, that's the element. So storage of portfolios, the recommended improvements, a separate cupboard for all level 5s. Because if level 4s come, they might take your projects and then you are stuck and you've lost your work. We might also say the projects to be emailed to you. Maybe that's not good enough. Maybe we need to issue you all with an iPad or a tablet with the projects already pre-installed. Okay, or we can put it on a Google Drive and you can just use it wherever you are. So that's the recommended improvement. So this is what you're having as a discussion. Then you are now creating a revised contingency plan. So the business process would be the handing in of the portfolios. So the task for business process is to receive the materials. The dependency is on the facilitator. The likelihood of failure is low, but now the contingency plan is no longer for it to be emailed, but it's now on Google Drive or it's pre-installed in a tablet. Okay, manager to sign off portfolio, dependencies, availability of the manager, likelihood of failure, maybe it's quite high, contingency action. Instead of having a person on site, what we're going to do now is that you have someone who will come in once a month and will sign all of your projects because they are in your level 5 cupboard. So we are just changing the contingency action to an even better contingency action after the discussion with your fellow colleagues and teammates. Then at the end of the day, okay, which really just means once you've come up with the better plan B, I want you to share that with your team member. They will make comments over there. Was the group encouraged to make improvements to the contingency plan? I hope it was a yes. Did the revised contingency plan include the improvement recommendations? So you're going to say, well, we've changed our plan B to a better plan B. And then you'll put in there. And then again, everyone will sign and date. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you are complete with planning and problem solving. As I said, I will send you the cheat sheet for the module. I'll probably get it to you guys on Monday. Okay, so good luck. If there's any questions, you've got my details. Feel free to connect with me.